What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see we actually got 21 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 21 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord. I can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $320 just yesterday. Another member who won $200 for the 4th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to be talking about is none other than Austin Reeves, and this one is actually assist. So this one's actually for 6.5 assists and this one is for less. So when we look at Austin Reeves, we've actually seen him go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Charlotte Hornets. Now, there is only one game for today, but it is going to be an exciting one. And when we look at the Charlotte Hornets, when we actually look at their assists allowed, we do see that the Charlotte Hornets do actually rank pretty well as they rank 12th. So, they rank in the higher tier, which is what we do like to see. But a big reason why we do like the under for this situation here is that when it comes to Charlotte Hornets, they do a really good job at restricting assists to the guard position, which is what Austin Reeves is. So, for that reason, we do very much like the under for this situation here. We do know Austin Reeves is coming off a game where he had 11 assists. Now, that was a little bit of an outlier game. He did have 11 assists. We think that it's bumped this line a little bit too high, that now there's a lot more value actually to go on the under here. When it comes to the Charlotte Hornets, when it comes to the way they play defense, we are expecting them to do a great job on the guards, whether it's a point guard, shooting guard, and that's why we think there's going to be a lot of defense played on those wings, which is what Austin Reeves tend to really play. Now, his average over the last 5 is 7, but yes, that is pushed up a little bit too high due to that 11 assist game against Utah, but we think it is going to come back down to reality. We definitely see him going on the under here, especially for someone like Austin Reeves. So for that reason, Austin Reeves, 6.5 assists for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about none other than Jaxson Hayes. So when it comes to Jaxson Hayes, as we all know, great player. And this one is a fantastic one for actually rebounds for 5.5, and this one is for less. Now, I look at Jaxson Hayes, we've actually seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Charlotte Hornets. Now, the Charlotte Hornets don't really rank too bad. They rank actually 16th when it comes to rebounds allowed. However, the reason why we do like the under for this situation here is that when it comes to Jaxson Hayes in the rebounding sector, we don't really see him having that high of a usage rate. Now, yes, he did have a game against Indiana where he had 12 rebounds. That was a little bit of an outlier game, but overall, we tend to see him more likely go on the under here. When we look at his average over the last 5, even with that Indiana game, his average over the last 5 is still only 5, so under this line as well. So that's a big reason why we do very much like the under for this one. On top of that, when it comes to Charlotte, they do a great job at restricting rebounds to Jaxson Hayes' position. When it comes to Hayes as well, we definitely have seen his usage rate decrease a little bit when it comes to the rebounding department. Now that Anthony Davis is gone, a lot of people were expecting Jaxson Hayes' usage rate to go up, but we are seeing other players, and especially a new star like Luka, if he does end up playing in this game, take a lot more of the usage rate away from Jaxson Hayes for some reason. So we see that to be kind of the trend coming into this one, and for that reason we do very much like the under for this situation here. So because of that, we are sticking to the under. When we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So Jaxson Hayes, 5.5 rebounds for less, I think is a great pick. Again, to the next one, we're going to be talking about Lamelo Ball. So Lamelo Ball, great player, and this one is none other than actually assist as well for 6.5, and this one actually is for less. Now we look at Lamelo Ball. We've actually seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the LA Lakers. Now we look at the LA Lakers. We see that they rank 24th when it comes to assists allowed. However, the reason why we do like the under for this situation here is that when it comes to Lamelo Ball, we actually don't just see him play that point guard position, but LA Lakers do a really good job at restricting assists to the point guard position as well. Lamelo is the star player for this team, and Lakers tend to really focus in on star players, so we see a lot of the defensive pressure going to be towards Lamelo Ball and trying to restrict him as much as they can. Lamelo over the last 5 games as well, his average over the last 5 is only 5.4, so significantly below this line, and for that reason we are sticking to the under for this situation here. When it comes to Lamelo as well, we just definitely have seen his usage rate continue to decrease, and we definitely see that playing into this next game. He's been a little bit of a cold streak as of lately, and we see that continuing on, especially coming back from All-Star break as well. So when we look at what the bookies are saying as well, bookies also have him favored for the under as well, so that works out in our favor there. So Lamelo Ball 6.5 assists for less, I think is a great pick. All right, so as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines, so here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Miles Bridges. And as you all know, Miles Bridges has done a fantastic job for the Charlotte Hornets. He's been averaging 19.5 points, 7.7 rebounds, 3.8 assists, while also shooting 43.1% from the field. So he's done a fantastic job for the Charlotte Hornets, and like I mentioned, there is only one game, and the Charlotte Hornets do face off against the LA Lakers. Now I look at the LA Lakers, we do see that they rank 13th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, moving on into assists allowed, we see that they rank 24th, and then when it comes to rebounds allowed, they do rank a little bit better as they rank 10th. Now, when it comes to Miles Bridges, he is a small forward, and we do very much like the over for this situation for someone like Miles Bridges, as Los Angeles Lakers do a very poor job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the small forward position. Now, when it comes to Miles Bridges, another big reason why we do like the over for this situation here is that Lakers and Hornets both are really fast-paced teams. We are expecting a lot of pace, which does lead to a lot more volume, and that's a big reason why we do like the over for someone like Miles Bridges. Now, Bridges does have a decent usage rate in all 3 departments. Lakers do rank a little bit higher when it comes to restricting rebounds, so that's why if there was some to focus on, I would definitely focus more on points and assists. So when it comes to that, I do very much like the over for this situation here. And when it comes to Miles Bridges as well, what we also do like is that when it comes to his position, the small forward, like we just mentioned earlier, the per position, we actually see Miles Bridges do a great job. So we have seen Miles Bridges also over the last couple of games, or the last 5 games, see him have some pretty big numbers. He had a 30-point game, another 25-point game, and a game where he got 9 rebounds, 8 rebounds, another with 4 assists. So he's got a mix of having really good usage rate, and we definitely see that being enough for him to go on the over here. Now getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about Luka Doncic. So as we all know, Luka Doncic is playing for his new team, the Los Angeles Lakers. And when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, he has been playing great. Now, these stats are definitely a mix of, his time in Dallas, but he is averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, 7.5 assists. However, he has played so far 2 games with LA Lakers, and they were both against Utah. He has done a decent job, and when it comes to the new matchup against Hornets, when we look at Charlotte Hornets, we do see that they rank 9th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, we see that they rank 12th, and then rebounds allowed, we also see Charlotte Hornets rank 16th. So they rank pretty mid to high tier in all 3 categories. Now, a big reason why we do very much like the over for this one is that Hornets do a really poor job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the point guard position. So we definitely see someone like Luka Doncic being able to take advantage of this. And when it comes to Luka as well, another big reason why we do like the over is that when it comes to Luka, what we also do see is that, he is coming into a new team. The lines that have been coming out for him have been on the lower side due to the fact that he is playing for a new team, but we have seen them come out very low. There's a lot more value to go on the over. So he is coming back from injury, so that's one of the reasons why his lines have been low, but the fact that he is in a new team, I think, they haven't really been able to figure out where that line is, and there's still a lot of value to go on the over. So I think especially against the Charlotte Hornets team, which we mentioned do a very poor job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists assists to the point guard position. We definitely see someone like Luka Doncic being able to take advantage of this and going on the over here. So the fast-paced game is definitely going to help. We're going to see a lot more volume from Luka Doncic, and for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for points, rebounds, and assists. Keep an eye out for his line. If the line is under his averages, definitely look to go on the over. So definitely see a lot of great value there. Now, when it comes to the next player, we're going to be talking about Seth Curry. So Seth Curry does play for the Charlotte Hornets, and when it comes to the Charlotte Hornets, as we all know, they have a record of 13-39, and they do face off against, the Los Angeles Lakers. When it comes to this matchup as well, what we also do see is that Seth Curry has been averaging 6 points, 1.5 rebounds, 0.7 assists, and he also has been shooting 48% from the field. So he hasn't put up that big of numbers, and that's a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation here. We do very much like the under due to the fact that when it comes to this game, we are expecting the under for this situation, especially when it comes to this matchup. Now, when we also look further, what we also do see is that when it comes to, Charlotte Hornets and also Seth Curry's playing time, and it really hasn't been that much as of recent. He had one game where he had 36 minutes, but on the regular, we tend to see him get around 14 to 20 minutes. We don't really see that being enough for him to go on the, over, and that's why we are liking the under for this one. So for that reason, keep an eye out for the under for Seth Curry.